All right, we're continuing our series on the figures of speech that are used in Scripture. We're trying to learn how to interpret them more wisely. And I got to tell you, though, some of the titles that they give to these figures of speech, I really wish they had chosen something easier to pronounce. A student looks at a word like Synecdoche and begins to think, this is just too hard for me to understand, when the concept is really simple. But the word, well, it just is going to make you, feel like clouding your judgment. So, just a reminder of what figures of speech are. They're an intentional deviation by the author to produce a rhetorical effect. So he doesn't use the ordinary language, but he uses something special, and those are the things that we're talking about. He wants to create a greater emotional response than he could have from simple descriptive language. So that's a figure of speech. And so the one that we're looking at today is Synecdoche. And again, don't get put off by the word, because here's three ways in which a Synecdoche works. Sometimes it'll put a word that is more general when a specific word is meant. Sometimes it's the opposite, when a more specific word is used when a general idea is meant. And then the third way in which a synecdoche is used is when a part is made to represent the whole. All right, let me explain that a little bit. Here's what I mean by a general word used when a more specific word is meant. So Isaiah 40 verse 5 says, the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh will see it. So all flesh is bigger category than man, and man is meant. The man is the one who gets to see the glory of God and how it is revealed. So the general term flesh is put when really the specific term man is meant. Same with the Great Commission that's given to us in Mark. Preach the gospel to every creature. It doesn't mean go out and preach to your dogs and your cats and your stuffed animals. It means creature is the general term, but it's people who can respond to the gospel and treasure it as their own. So the general is sometimes put for the specific. A general term is said, but a specific idea is meant. Could be the other way around. A specific word is used when the general idea is meant. Here's an example from Psalm 44:7. I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. So those are specific things that are used as weapons of war. So what the psalmist is really saying is, I'm not going to trust in my military capacity. I'm going to trust in God for my deliverance. So the specific things of bow and sword really mean we are not going to trust in our weapons of war. So when Jesus teaches us to pray, give us this day our daily bread, the specific thing is bread, but he means all of our food, meet our daily needs. So general can be put for the specific term. Specific term can be put for a more general idea, and then the part can be put for the whole. As you can probably guess, if the verse says, your seed shall possess the gate of his enemies, somebody will come along and say, don't you want more than the gate? And of course you do. The gate is the part. The whole is the city. You will take the city. The gate was the prominent entrance point. And if you could take and get through the ways in which they protected that gate, then you had a chance at taking the whole city. So the gate is the part, the prominent part, of which the city is the whole. And then when those foolish friends in Proverbs chapter 1 are enticing somebody to come with them in their criminality, then let us lay in wait for blood. The blood is the part, but we mean the whole victim. We're going to lie in wait, and we're going to ambush some helpless, innocent human being for purposes of robbery and perhaps even murder. So the part is put for the whole. So you got it. Synecdoche is when you have a big thing used for something meant that is more specific, or when you have something specific that is really meaning to talk about the whole thing, or you have, in this case, a part for the whole. Those are the things. So see Synecdoche, hard to pronounce, but the idea, the concept is pretty easy. Thanks for hanging out today. If you want more information, check out these resources. Thanks for joining me.